Hey everybody, what's going on? Fabian for Liberty, FabianForLiberty.com. After you watch this video, it's probably going to run out. If you don't have one of these, definitely want one of these. And if you don't have some of this yet, you're going to definitely want to get some. This is a 1943 1.8 ounce Mexican gold coin. But anyways, not too happy news we're going to cover right now, economically speaking, but I want to put this in context because, I'm not even going to cover North Korea today because they're announcing, hey, diplomats, embassies, everybody get out by April 10th. The Sun was reporting that are they, taking this as a sign as nuclear war about to break out by April 10th. They're also supposedly loading their missiles, getting all ready to rock and roll. We'll see what happens. But again, I want to put this in context. In events like these, I posted a news story today at the notehouse.us, my private equity firm's website, talking about war and real estate, and basically just talking about how, when things go totally nuts, crazy, that's when you have people like these guys, what I call downturn millionaires. Doug Casey, Rick Rule, John Malden, Louis James, all these guys, and there's a lot more of them. Jim Rogers is one of them. I mean, these guys, they educate themselves on the markets, they know what's happening, and they don't fall victim to the market. And I think all of us, or at least this audience, we're not victims, right? We're not going to go to government for help. We're not going to go to anybody, but we're not victims. We're looking out for ourselves. We understand that we're the first responders. We understand that we, are the ones who run our life and control the destiny. But nonetheless, here we go. Japan, yesterday, I think it was, or the day before, announced the largest record stimulus ever, 1.4 trillion yen. Now I believe this is either quantitative easing number 9 or number 10 for them. By the way, give a shout out to the Taliban guy over here that's co-hosting with me. But quantitative easing number 9 or 10 that they've rolled out, clearly it's not getting any better, right? It's not helping, but what it does show is now the devalue is on, right? They're doing this to try to get their economy to, begin to boost manufacturing, drop their currency, weaken their currency, so they're manufacturing, they sell more stuff, but it's not working, and it hasn't worked. And we're trying the same thing at home. We're just into it, or should I say in America, we're only about 4 years into it. They're about 20 years into it, and it's not working for them. The only difference is they're not the world reserve currency. We are, and when you have other countries like China, Russia, that are, Brazil, that are getting uncomfortable with the devaluation happening with the dollar, that spells trouble. Italy and the gold story. I don't know if you heard this gold story. Excuse me. Here it is right here. This is crazy. Now, I don't know why this isn't being reported like the Cyprus story is, because this is just as crazy. I've told you for some time that along the border of Italy and Switzerland, Italy has instituted capital controls, and they have currency-sniffing dogs at the border because people are leaving with cash. They're scared to death of the Italian economy, which is on literally the brink. In fact, their economy is just like it was after World War II, which wasn't good, okay? It's like literally Depression era. And, the news doesn't cover this at all. It's like Europe's doing better. Yeah, we had a little hiccup with Cyprus, but don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Hey, by the way, did you see the new jobs report this week? We added jobs. People are celebrating. Obama is telling people, again, not about Obama, not about the right-left paradigm, but this White House, this administration, the crooks that are now running stuff, are claiming we're in a recovery, even though 90 million Americans are out of work. But again, I'm getting ahead of myself. Police in Italy saw a family on Easter weekend. They were driving over the border into Switzerland, looked a little bit nervous. I mean, if I'm traveling the border and I'm getting questioned by a bunch of people, who's kind of not going to be a little bit nervous? But nonetheless, it turns out that they searched their car and found that they had 12 bars of gold hidden under the back seat, under the car. The guy, first off, let me be clear. This guy didn't do anything wrong. He wasn't a convicted felon. There wasn't a warrant out for his arrest. Not only did they arrest the family or detain them, they took his gold, confiscated his car, and the guy's now being charged with fraud. No, nothing has happened. There is no reason for any of this to take place. Police decided to search the car when they noticed how nervous the family was acting. The story goes on anyways. We'll post it as a link here below. But this shows you what happens I could guarantee you those people along the border, those police, whatever you want to call them, they've been told if you find any gold, seize it immediately, return it to the central bank or return it to the government. I'll freaking guarantee it. I will also guarantee that guy's gold, like this gold coin here, the owner will never be able to reclaim it, just like the Germans will not be able to reclaim their gold that the Federal Reserve says, oh yeah, by the way, it's going to take 7 years for you to get your gold back, okay? It is a mad rush for commodities. It's a mad rush for assets and things of value. Why do you think private equity firms, BlackRock, or Soros, Paulson, all these big investors, why do you think they're buying gold and real estate in record numbers? Because it's a hard flight. I mean, they're rushing into hard assets, something of value. So next story, I kind of touched on it, jobs. The jobs report came out. The unemployment rate goes down. The idiot politicians that are hopefully going to pay for their crimes against humanity are claiming that it's a recovery, and it's clearly not a recovery, right? It's the policies that are of higher taxes that directly are linked to unemployment. We have 1960s poverty levels again in America. So with 90 million Americans out of work and the economy just on the brink as it is, any black swan event, whether it's war or whatever it may be, it's interesting to me that you see, it's so obvious to me, they are bringing out all the Sandy Hook parents and they're, doing the 60 Minutes where they're trying to totally confiscate the guns and everything else. It is just so obvious that they're getting ready for something. Now, again, my opinion, my analysis still remains the same. 2 years to 4 years at the very least before there is some kind of big event that shakes things up, unless, nuclear war with Korea goes hot, or of course outside of some black swan event. But all these are signs and indicators where these things are headed. Lastly, Jim Rogers, again, downturn millionaire, billionaire actually. I listen to what he has to say. His information has been great. I've been reading his stuff for about 10 years. Quote, I'm very worried about pension funds. I think they're going to come for the pension funds next, okay? What I think they're going to do is they're going to take the pension funds and they're going to tell people, hey, we're going to take the money in your pension fund. We're going to automatically invest it into treasury bills. It's the next best investment ever. Don't worry about it. Everything is great. Because when the Chinese start dumping treasury bills, when Bernanke's policies of QE don't work anymore, they're going to need to get results of crazy measures. The handwriting's on the wall. Share this information with your friends and families. Lastly, I did an interview with Greg Hunter yesterday. I'll be uploading it tonight. It's about 30 minutes, but we cover a lot of great information. I think you'll really like it. I'm Fabian for Liberty. Thanks for watching. I'm out.